Hello, it's me, Renata again, and I'm telling you second chapter of Genesis and talking like I said the other day. Yesterday, I told you about the chapter, reading the chapters of the Bible the whole year, and or it might take me less than a year. It doesn't matter. But this is a new way of how to read the Bible, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So, second chapter of Genesis. Adam and Eve. This is the account of the heavens and the earth when they were created. When the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, no shrub of the field had yet appeared on the earth, and no plant of the field had yet sprung up. The Lord God had not sent rain on the earth, and there was no man to work the ground. But streams came up from the earth and watered the whole surface of the ground. And the Lord God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostril the breath of life, and man became a living being. That's pretty cool. Now the Lord God had planted the garden in the east in Eden. Well, talking about this plant, the Garden of Eden, a very important plant. And there he met the man he had formed. And the Lord God made all kinds of trees grow out of the ground, trees that were pleasing to the eye and good for food. In the middle of the garden were the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. The river watering the garden flowed from Eden, and from there it divided. It had 4 head streams. The name of the first is the Pishon. It went through the entire land of Havilah, where there is gold. The gold of that land is good. Aromatic resin and onyx are also there. I never heard of that stuff. The name of the second river is the Gihon. It went through the entire land of Cush. Funny names. The name of the third river is the Tigris. Oh, I've heard of that one. It runs along the east side of Ashur. It's Ashur, and the fourth river is the Euphrates. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. And the Lord God commanded the man, "You are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat of it, you will surely die." The Lord God said, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him." Now the Lord God had formed out of the ground all the beasts of the field and all the birds of the air. He brought them to the man to see what he would name them. And whatever the man called each living creature, that was its name. Man, if I was Adam, I would have a lot of fun naming those creatures. So the man gave names to all of the livestock, the birds of the air, and all the beasts of the field. But for Adam no suitable helper was found. So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep. So it's like literally he gave him anesthesia. And while he was sleeping, he took one of the man's ribs and closed up the place with flesh. Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib he had taken out of the man, and he brought her to the man. The man said, "This is now the bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man." That's beautiful. I think that's a pretty cool phrase right there. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and they will become one flesh. That's a big thing, actually saying about love, Two people coming together makes one flesh, and that's a big thing for committed couples and married couples, and it's just beautiful. The man and his wife were both naked, and they felt no shame. Okay, viewing over this chapter is when God created Adam and Eve, and that they both, Adam was lonely on earth because God saw that he was very lonely, and so he made a woman, which is made up from a man. Well, I mean, she was taken out of a man, and she's the mother of all. She's what starts the generation. The woman is it's the human that bears life, that carries a child, and that she is known to be called woman. And at this time, this is where sin, actually, people are very curious of how they became sinful. Actually, this is where they were innocent at the time, and it said right here, he told Adam specifically, you are allowed to eat anything from this garden. We're not allowed to eat from the tree of good, tree of knowledge of good and evil, and the tree of life. What is it? Any tree, but you must not eat the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And so, because if you eat it, you will die. That's the first tree that God made. And so, and the other one was the tree of life. But I'm not going to ruin that part because I'm going to read it to you. But they were innocent. They were innocent as a child. So when they were both naked, they didn't notice, they didn't care, they weren't ashamed because they were made from innocent. And this is where it's a big deal. This is where things really starts, the battle between God and the devil. And well, anyways, thank you so much for your time, and I'm looking forward for you guys to read chapter 3 with me. Again, my name is Renata, and have a nice day.